Namaste and welcome to another episode. Today we're going out in the wild to break some branches and collect some leaves, and we're going to be making a chutney out of it. So I have broken a few branches of these lovely moringa leaves. The fruit is also known as drumstick and the leaves are known as Moringa oleifera. These leaves carry a lot of health benefits, and if you can find different ways of consuming them, they can be a real superfood in your regular everyday diet. Moringa leaves are full of antioxidants, they help in managing blood sugar, they help boost your immunity, they have 7 times more vitamin C than oranges. It is packed with iron, calcium and a lot of protein. So what we need to make this superfood chutney is of course some fresh moringa leaves, or if you can't get any fresh moringa leaves, you can get some dried moringa powder online. So now we need some split bengal gram and some split black gram dal. These are 2 lentils that are going to give a lot of flavor to this chutney. And then what we need is a small piece of tamarind, a few pieces of coconut, some mustard seeds, some cumin seeds. You can take either a whole dried red chilli, or maybe what you could go for is some crushed chili flakes, some Himalayan pink salt to bring out all the flavors. So now let's begin with thoroughly washing our moringa leaves. I have quite a few branches over here, and let me show you the difference between the mature and tender leaves. What we require is the tender leaves. We're not going to use the dark green mature leaves because they have too much fiber and a lot less juice. So we are going to go for the tender ones, the light green, really delicate leaves. I'm going to remove these leaves very carefully from the stem and collect them in a bowl. It's okay if you end up removing the tender stems along with the leaves. They're as good as the leaves. They are absolutely edible. So it's not necessary that you get each and every leaf out. A few of the stems will also do. And now that we have the leaves carefully removed off the stem into this bowl, we're going to wash it with some water. So now we are done washing the leaves. I'm going to set them aside for some time, and meanwhile I'm going to roast all the other spices on the pan. And now my pan is nicely heated, so I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, and into this I'm going to add a pinch or probably 2 pinches of mustard seeds. I'm adding about 1 pinch of cumin seeds, and now to this I'm going to be adding the split bengal gram and black gram dal. Break open a chili, tear it into small pieces and add it to this mixture. So once you get the smell of all the spices and you can see that your gram dal is all turned nice and golden brown, or a little slightly darkish brown, that's when you can add the moringa leaves and saute them. So I have removed all the moringa leaves from the water, and I've nicely shaken off all the water because you don't want the water to be spluttering in the hot oil. And now I'm adding these leaves to all the roasted spices. So now our leaves have been nicely sauteed along with all the other spices. I am going to remove them in a blending jar. So I have my sauteed moringa leaves and all my spices and my bengal gram, black gram chilies, spices and moringa leaves all sauteed in coconut oil and added to this blending jar. I'm just going to be adding a little coconut, a few pieces of coconut, a little more, less or totally avoid is absolutely up to you. This is just an addition of flavor. And now we're going to add a small piece of tamarind. If tamarind is not easily available, you can also add some tomatoes or a small amount of lemon juice. It's just a matter of making it a little sour. The sour taste along with some sweetness from the coconut will add a really good flavor with the roasted spices. This blend I can't wait to taste. Now I'm adding about a teaspoon of salt to this, and now let's grind this and come back. So now we have ground the blend of fried spices, dals and the moringa leaves into this beautiful looking chutney, and now just a little bit of tempering will finish this chutney to be eaten with a nice soft dosa of your choice. So let's do the tempering. I'm going to heat the pan once again, and this time add about just 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, because we've already added 2 tablespoons. So a little greasy chutney is good for your bones. It's really okay. If you're choosing to eat good cold pressed oil, it's absolutely fine to have a little oily chutney for breakfast in the morning. It should not at all worry you in terms of being unhealthy. Oil is heated. I'm going to add mustard leaves. Now add a very small pinch of Asafoetida, and once the mustard leaves start to splutter, I'm going to break a stem of fresh curry leaves, add it to the tempering. Be very careful while adding curry leaves because they splutter and bounce out. So it's like a bomb. You place it in the pot and move away a little bit.